Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel Eternally Stunning. I hope you all are doing good. In case you are new to my channel, then let me introduce you guys to myself. My name is Disha, and in this channel we talk about astrology, we talk about spirituality, and we also talk about health and wellness. So, in today's video, I thought of coming here and to talk about a very important thing, that is about anxiety and depression. A lot of people go through anxiety and depression, especially at this point of time where the COVID thing has been going on for more than now around, it's been around now 7 months, and we all are at home and most of us are going through anxiety, depression. People are having kids and they're worried about the kids, and a lot of things are going on for sure in everyone's life. So I thought I'd pick out this important topic, and I did a little bit research over it. It took me around 3-4 months to dig into it. So let's get into the video now without any further ado. So guys, what is anxiety and depression? Now, as per ADAA, that is Anxiety and Depression Association of America, as per them, depression and anxiety are different. However, the symptoms for both of them are quite similar. Those symptoms are nervousness, irritability, problems in sleeping, and problems in concentrating over one thing, and a strong and persistent sadness. Now, there are millions of people who have been affected, or every year they get affected by anxiety and depression. And also there are a lot of types of depressions. Now it's not possible for us to go into every type of the depression, and of course this video is not exactly about it, but this video is about finding out the pointers in the birth chart that can lead or that can show us that a person might be going through anxiety and depression, so that we could create awareness and we can take the preventive measures. So the thing is that there are many pointers in the birth chart that can point towards anxiety and depression. So to begin with, let's have a look at the moon signs. All the water moon signs, that is Cancer, Scorpio and Pisces. If you guys have moon in Cancer, Scorpio and Pisces, I'm only talking about moon, I'm not talking about sun. So these moon signs tend to give sensitive, intuitive, moody and empathetic nature to a person. So now of course there are millions of people who might be having these moon signs. So does it mean that every person who has this moon sign is gonna be affected by anxiety and depression? No, that's not what I mean to say. There are lots of aspects that we need to see, but if you have a moon sign, then you need to be like really, that's the first layer. You need to be aware of the first layer, that the moon, what a moon signs have, tend to be empathetic or tend to be emotional or moody in nature. So once you understand this first layer, now we should be glad, or we should be really thankful that in our Vedic astrology we have this leverage of going into detail in the moon signs. I mean in these water signs. So what is it is the Nakshatras. So Nakshatras can actually give us a better insight about any of the thing. And so I gathered a lot of information from people I knew have gone through anxiety and depression at a particular time in their life. And I also even asked a lot of people to share their Nakshatras where their moon is placed, and many of you did help me, and you guys reached out to me, and you guys also shared your moon signs or your Nakshatras for which I'm really thankful to you guys. What I did was I also did pull out some charts of celebrities I knew have been going through, or who have been gone through anxiety and depression, or who had anxiety attacks and things like that. And then I went deeper into finding the birth charts of the celebrities who have committed suicide because of the reasons of depression, prolonged depression and anxiety. Now, before starting about the Nakshatras, that what we are going to get into, I just wanted to give a disclaimer here that I'm not discussing their entire birth charts. It is said that it's not good to discuss the entire birth chart of these people. So we are definitely not going to do that. These are just to create the awareness, just to put a light on these pointers so that we should know, we should learn from what has happened in the history, so if we can collect these pointers and if we can use them for our benefit or the benefit of people, then it's good. We need to learn from others mistakes, and that's what I'm trying to do here. Is I'm just trying to create awareness, and I'm just trying to know and understand myself better along with you guys, that this is what I have come through with my analysis and studies, and so this is all about that. This is not about discussing anyone's birth chart or anything like that. So now without further ado, let's get into these nakshatras. So what I found about the nakshatras, I found that Mercury ruled nakshatras were 40% in the people going through depression and the people who have committed suicide because of the depression and anxiety. The second placement was for moon ruled nakshatras, that was 25%, and the third one was for Rahu ruled nakshatras. The Mercury ruled nakshatras are Ashlesha, Jeshta and Revati. The moon ruled nakshatras are Rohini, Hasta and Shravana. And thirdly, Rahu ruled nakshatras were Ardra, Swati and Satavisha. So I found out that in Mercury ruled nakshatras a lot of repetition of all of the three. Ashlesha, Jeshta and Revati was there. While in moon ruled nakshatras there was a lot of repetition of Rohini. So people having Rohini moon or ascendant, I have usually looked for the placements of moon and ascendant. I haven't gone into the placement of sun, though sun also matters a lot, but I just researched on Lagna, that is ascendant, and on moon. Mainly because ascendant is us, ascendant is our personality, ascendant is what gives us a persona, and it is also what gives us the features. And moon is our mind, it is our mood. So I just went through the ascendant and through the moon because I feel like these two are really important. These are the luminaries, and also some people do consider sun. I think sun is also important, but here I haven't gone through it. So in Mercury ruled nakshatras, all the three were in repeated pattern. While in moon ruled nakshatras, there was a lot of Rohini coming into it, and there was also a lot of Shravana. Hasta wasn't that much there. And then in the Rahu ruled nakshatra, there was a lot of Swati nakshatra coming up. So Swati topped my list in the Rahu nakshatras. If you see here in this chart, the celebrities, I have only pointed out the celebrities having Mercury ruled nakshatras, and today we are also going to just talk about the Mercury ruled nakshatras mainly because Mercury ruled nakshatras topped my list of anxiety and depression and suicides because of these depressions. So the celebrities are Chester Barrington. This is an American singer. He had his moon in Jeshta Nakshatra. Then I did a mix of Bollywood and Hollywood actors and actresses and singers. So Jia Khan, she had her moon in Revati Nakshatra. Alan Garcia was a president of Peru. He shot himself. His moon was also in the nakshatra of Revati. Pratyusha Banerjee had her moon in Ashlesha Nakshatra. Iris Chang had her ascendant in Ashlesha Nakshatra. And Anthony Bourdain, he also had his ascendant in Ashlesha Nakshatra. Now, the controversial death of Marilyn Monroe, she also had her ascendant in Ashlesha Nakshatra, but it is said that she was killed, and some say that she committed suicide. So I really don't know, but I did know from her history, from what I read, that she had lots of ups and downs in her life, and because her mother and lots of things that were there with her, so she had her ascendant in Ashlesha Nakshatra. So Ashlesha, it is the master nakshatra of mysticism. It's a very strong nakshatra and it is ruled by Nagadevta. It has immense talent in it, but however, this nakshatra is often associated with power struggles, manipulation, and they may have to undergo humiliation in their life at times. But above all, this nakshatra is really known for revenge taking. It's hard for these people to forget something, and they are known to be selfish at times. But it really depends on other planetary placements and aspects. So I'm not saying that every Ashlesha person would be a bad person. That is not what I really mean. But these are the general characteristics that were seen for these people. And as we know, Marilyn Monroe, that we talked about her, she was considered as a sweetheart. She was considered as a very pure-hearted person, and she had her lagna or ascendant in the Ashlesha nakshatra. So there are all kinds of people in these nakshatra depending on the planetary placements. But in general, these are the characteristics that we are discussing about. The symbol of this nakshatra is a coiled serpent, and so these people are known to hold on to things really hard, in a hard way, and they just don't let go of things. And so it is really hard for them in general to let go of anything. So they are often known to be living for a long time with grudge in their hearts, with keeping the bitterness and a feeling of revenge in their heart for years. And such hard feelings can be proved fatal to these people at times. And so I think that it's really hard to live with this for years, and so this often leads towards suicidal attempts for these people. Then comes the Jyeshtha nakshatra, and as the name suggests, Jyeshtha means the elder one or the mature one. These people have a tendency of feeling that they are the elder one and everyone should only listen to them. They have a know-it-all attitude. They also have a great will to be successful or rich. They often come out as rude because of their tendency to be direct or outspoken. They often have a will to have it all, and because of this, they go through a lot of ups and downs in their life. Other traits often seen with this nakshatra are jealousy, revengefulness, stubbornness, and arrogance, which easily could ruin the peace of their mind. And so the feelings of depression and a lots of anxiety do come into this nakshatra. I have myself seen a lot of people around me having Jyeshtha nakshatra as an ascendant or as a moon sign. They really want to control everything. They really want to have a control of everything into their hands, which is not possible. At times we just have to let go of things. And so they go through a lot of depression and anxiety. Revati. So this nakshatra, which is in the Pisces, is Revati means the wealthy one. This is a truly evolved nakshatra. It has the wisdom of Jupiter since it comes under the domain of Pisces, and it is also ruled by Mercury, which is the application of mind. So they have the wisdom of Jupiter and they have the intelligence and application of mind of Mercury, which is helpful for them in day-to-day life. This nakshatra is the last nakshatra and is considered as the most evolved one. And after gaining everything, all the material aspects, the final thing is coming out of Maya or illusion and surrendering yourself to the higher realm. This is a very giving or rather very serving nakshatra. People of this nakshatra are considered to be as really pure-hearted and they have a serving attitude towards everyone and loving to everyone. And often in the process of giving too much, they tend to lose themselves. And so because of this, they often remain unhappy because of their selflessness, and this can lead to giving up or losing themselves in the process of only giving and giving to the people. And so because of this, they are often tend to go into depression because they are just giving and they most of the time they don't have any expectations, but at times everybody needs a supporting hand too. And so I think that this is one of the reasons that they go through lots of ups and downs and they go through depression. So these were the biggest pointers that I wanted to come out and talk about nakshatras, and there has been a lot of ups and downs with this Mercury ruled nakshatras, and also they are related to the Gandanta, which is a Sanskrit word which means knot. Kenoti knot, and this knot is known as a karmic knot, and this means that these people have come here with a specific purpose in this lifetime. So having these nakshatras in your ascendant or in your moon really indicates some karmic connection. And this was one thing about the nakshatra. I do not mean to say that every person having this nakshatra will go through depression or anxiety. No, it really depends on a lot of variety of things. A very young soul may be having Revati nakshatra, okay, and also a very evolved soul might be having this nakshatra. So it really depends on the stages. These are the general characteristics on it. So guys, these are my general analysis on the nakshatras, Mercury ruled nakshatras that I did. Now coming on to the other pointers that might be there in the birth chart that can indicate the anxiety and depression. And these pointers are the presence of ascendant lord in 6, 8 and 12 houses. 6th house is a house which shows about the health of a person. It also shows about the enemies and losses and such things. And so presence of ascendant lord in this 6th house can mean that a person might be going through a lot of health issues, and because of these constant persistent health issues, a person might go through depression because mind is directly linked to everything. And so I actually just recently talked to a person. He was saying that he has been suffering through a prolonged illness and he was really worried. He had a very bright, very amazing chart, just that his ascendant lord was placed in his 6th house and that was creating issues. Otherwise, looking at his career and everything, his chart seemed really beautiful. So this could create some issues, and presence of ascendant lord in the 8th house can also create the issues because 8th house is directly opposite to the 2nd house, which also represents self-esteem. And so these people have a lot of time have issues of self-esteem, and these people also go through a lot of ups and downs and a lot of transformation in their life. And so these ups and downs and these constant changes, everybody is not able to take them very strongly, and so this creates anxiety and depression. 12th house is also a house of hidden things, hospital and foreign lands and being alone, and so all these suppression and all these things can also be seen from 12th house, and so these things may also create depressions. And so the presence of ascendant lord in any of these houses may indicate that there might be some problem with anxiety and depression, especially during the Mahadasha of that planet that is placed in these houses. The second pointer is moon in conjunction with Saturn, or if it is aspected by Saturn. It is said that moon and Saturn together creates a wish yoga. This often creates a blockage in the mind of individual. It creates a sense of inadequacy in the person, and because of the presence of Saturn. And so these people really need to work hard to achieve something. Even during what we call as Sade Sati, it is related to moon and Saturn, your moon sign and the transition of Saturn. So that period is also considered as a period where a person needs to be really careful about their health and also about their mental health, especially because that creates a lot of depression during that period. Also moon again, because moon is a mind, so moon plays a very important role. If the moon is waning, waxing, if it is a new moon, if it is along with the conjunction sun, so a lot of things can be seen, need to be checked actually, to look what sign it is placed in, what house it is placed in, really matters a lot here. So if the moon is compressed between the two malefic planets, like let's say if you have Mars in 3rd house and you have moon in 4th house and Saturn in 5th house, then this also creates a lot of depression into a person's mind, because both the sides malefic planets are present. And so really moon matters a lot. And so I think that nakshatra really matters a lot, because nakshatras are the lunar mentions. They are all dependent on moon. They are the wives of moon actually. So as per the mythological studies. So really the placement of moon matters a lot. It shows a lot about anxiety and depression in a person's chart, the transitions, the transitory periods. We all go through these things, especially when the life is so tough. We all do go through these things, and we really need to understand that this is temporary. Planets keep moving, time goes on, and so we all, I know it's really hard, but we all need to really go on with time and everything will get better. So guys, if you like my video, then please hit the like button, and if you guys were able to relate to it, then please comment down below. And I hope you guys remain safe. The cases has been rising for corona, so please stay at home, please stay safe and take care, and thank you so much for watching the video. I'll see you next week. Bye bye.